The unexpected attack on the Zorathian team resulted in significant losses amid the clash. Zala, a wounded Zorathian soldier caught in the middle of the interplanetary war, lay on the ground, immobilized by injuries to his chest and leg from an explosion. His distinctive blue, scaly skin and bright eyes marked him as he lay alone behind enemy lines, waiting for help with no other choice. During a patrol, a group of human soldiers discovered Zala. Initially cautious, Thomas approached and saw the plea for help in Zala's eyes. "This is a Zorathian," Thomas said, surprised. "He looks injured. What should we do?" Another soldier, Emily, joined him. "First, let's check his wounds. Human or Zorathian, our priority is to save lives." Thomas and Emily moved Zala to a safe location. Zala hadn't expected such attention from humans, but had no other options. Emily carefully examined the deep wound on Zala's chest. "This looks serious," Emily said. "Bring antiseptic and bandages. We need to start treatment immediately." Emily and the other medics cleaned and bandaged Zala's wounds carefully. Thomas stayed by Zala's side, trying to comfort him during the process. "What's your name?" Thomas asked, looking into Zala's eyes. "Zala," the alien replied with difficulty. "Why are you helping me?" Thomas thought for a moment. "We are soldiers, but there's humanity beyond this war. If we can help, we do." Emily handed Zala a bottle of water. "Drink. It'll make you feel better." Zala drank, trying to understand the humans' concern for him. During this time, they provided nourishing soups and energy bars, which Zala accepted, surprised by their care. As days passed, Zala's wounds began to heal. The humans saw him not as an enemy, but as a being in need. Thomas frequently talked with Zala, sharing insights about humanity. "We are just like you, Zala," Thomas said one day. "We have families, loved ones. This war has taken its toll on all of us." Zala nodded, reflecting on Thomas's words. "We are the same. But this war has made us question what we believe in." Thomas handed Zala an apple. "I believe peace is possible. Maybe we can achieve it together." As Zala's wounds healed, an unexpected friendship began to blossom between the humans and the Zorathian. During this time, the bond between Zala and Thomas grew stronger as they experienced many events together. One day, Thomas took Zala to the training ground. The human soldiers were developing various skills beyond combat. As Thomas taught Zala how to aim, he spoke. "We're here not just to fight," Thomas said, aiming at a target. "We need to hone our skills even during peace." Zala examined the weapon carefully, pondering Thomas's words. "We Zorathians do similar things, but times of peace are rare for us." Thomas looked into Zala's eyes. "Maybe we can change that. Together." That evening, the soldiers prepared a large meal at the camp. Everyone gathered to share their food and talk. Zala was touched by this warm atmosphere. Emily handed Zala a plate. "This is our special dish. It might taste strange, but you should try it." Zala tried the food with curiosity. It tasted different but delicious. "We don't have meals like this. It's interesting." Emily smiled. Sharing food is one of the best ways to build friendship. One night, a threat from enemy forces surrounded the camp. As everyone prepared, Zala showed his skills. Using advanced Zorathian devices, he detected enemy movements and provided vital information to the human soldiers. Thomas approached Zala. "We wouldn't have made it through the night without your help. We trust you, Zala." Zala felt a deep sense of trust from the humans. "You trusted me first. If we work together, we can overcome any challenge." As time went by, humans and Zala decided to share their cultures. Zala introduced Zorathian dances and songs, while the human soldiers shared their cultural rituals and games. Zala watched the humans' dances with admiration. These dances are very different from ours, but very beautiful. Thomas extended a hand to Zala, inviting him to dance. Maybe we should celebrate our differences. At night, Thomas and Zala would sit outside the camp, gazing at the stars and having long conversations. As representatives of two different species, they discussed how peace could be achieved and what they could do for future generations. "On our planet, the stars guide us," Zala said, looking at the starry sky. "Maybe these stars will lead us to peace." Thomas sat beside Zala, nodding. "Maybe. But peace begins with understanding each other. I'm happy to walk this path with you." One day, Zala and Thomas were chosen for a joint mission. Together, they infiltrated enemy lines and gathered crucial intelligence. This mission further solidified their trust in each other. Returning from the mission, Thomas turned to Zala. "Working with you was an amazing experience. We succeeded together." Zala nodded. "Yes, we are stronger together." The friendship between Zala and Thomas began to spark the initial flames of peace between the two species. However, this was not an easy process. A series of events and adventures played a significant role in laying the foundation for this peace. During his time in the human camp, Zala had the opportunity to learn more about their war strategies and technologies. He regularly attended strategy meetings with Thomas and the other soldiers. "This is a map we use," Thomas said, opening a holographic display. "These points indicate enemy movements. With your information, we can make this map more accurate." Zala carefully studied the map and provided a more detailed analysis with his own knowledge. "We can verify these points with our technology. Also, these areas might be the enemy's weak points." This exchange of information increased the trust between the two species and allowed them to work towards a common goal. The first steps towards peace had been taken, and the bond between Zala and Thomas had strengthened. However, not everyone was pleased with this peace process. Derek, one of the human soldiers, harbored great anger towards the peace and the aliens. Zala's presence among the humans only intensified Derek's rage. One night, Derek decided to put his plan into action, waiting for a moment when Zala was alone. Watching from a dark corner, he saw Zala approaching slowly. "Don't be afraid, Zala," Derek muttered to himself. "I'm just going to show you the truth." Derek, armed with a weapon and a shock device, confronted Zala. "There's no place for you here, alien. I don't believe in this peace nonsense." Zala, seeing the anger in Derek's eyes, took a step back. "I'm here for peace, Derek. Why do you hate so much?" Derek raised his weapon, aiming it at Zala. "Because you are our enemies. You don't deserve to be trusted." At that moment, Thomas and Emily, who had been looking for Zala, heard Derek's voice and rushed to the scene. "What are you doing, Derek?" Thomas shouted, drawing his weapon. "Leave him alone." Derek, still pointing his weapon at Zala, hesitated for a moment. "Do you believe in them too? They are our enemies." Thomas lowered his weapon and approached Derek. "Derek, this war has worn us all out, but we must give peace a chance. Zala is not our enemy anymore. He is our friend." Ignoring Thomas's words, Derek lunged at Zala. Zala was forced to defend himself, and the two engaged in a fight. Zala used Zorathian combat techniques to deflect Derek's attacks. Thomas called out to Derek. "Derek, stop. This is pointless. We need to fight for peace." As Derek attempted to deliver a final blow to Zala, Zala swiftly maneuvered and brought Derek to the ground. Thomas and Emily quickly subdued Derek and took his weapon. "Enough, Derek," Thomas said. "This hostility leads nowhere. We are taking you into temporary custody." Thomas and Emily led Derek to a secure area, placing him under arrest. Zala watched in astonishment as Thomas turned to him.
"I'm sorry, Xalor."
"Not everyone is ready for peace, but we are with you." Zala looked into Thomas's eyes and took a deep breath. "This has deeply affected me, Thomas. Your and Emily's friendship strengthens my belief in peace." Emily touched Zala's shoulder. "We are proud of you too, Zala. We will fight for this peace together." Zala was moved by how the humans resolved their internal conflict. This incident further solidified his trust in the humans and demonstrated their commitment to peace. Derek's plan failed, and this incident strengthened the bond between Zala and the humans. Thomas, Emily, and Zala grew even stronger together, continuing to fight for peace with renewed determination. This process accelerated not only the peace between the two species, but also the internal peace among the humans. The friendship between Zala, Thomas, and Emily marked a new era in the universe and laid the foundation for lasting interplanetary relations. Zala, seeing the humans' friendly behavior, began to understand their ways. As they shared cultures, foods, and even war strategies, they built a bond of trust. Emily, the group's medic, took care of Zala's wounds with great care. She would spend hours tending to him, ensuring his wounds healed properly. Emily, while dressing one of Zala's wounds, asked, "Do your people have anything similar to our medical treatments?" Zala nodded. "Yes, we have advanced technology, but the care and compassion you show are remarkable. We often forget the personal touch." As Zala's health improved, he began to participate more actively in the camp. He joined in daily activities, helping with tasks, and even training with the human soldiers. The mutual respect and understanding between Zala and the humans grew stronger. One day, Thomas approached Zala with a smile. "Feeling better?" Zala nodded. "Yes, much better. Thank you for everything." Thomas patted his back. "You helped us too. We're learning from each other." Emily came over, holding a small device. "Zala, I want to learn more about your people's medical technology. Maybe we can improve our methods." Zala took the device and explained its functions. "This is a bioscanner. It can detect injuries and illnesses at a molecular level." Emily listened intently, taking notes. "Amazing! We could save so many lives with this technology." As they shared knowledge, the barriers between them began to crumble. They learned to appreciate each other's strengths and worked together to overcome their weaknesses. One night, while they were sitting around the campfire, Zala opened up about his life. "I lost my family in this war. I thought humans were monsters." Thomas put a comforting hand on Zala's shoulder. "We're not so different. We've all lost people we love." Emily nodded. "But together, we can make sure no one else has to suffer." Zala looked at the stars, tears in his eyes. "I hope so. For the first time, I see a glimmer of hope." The next day, they received a distress signal from a nearby human settlement. Without hesitation, Zala joined the rescue mission. His knowledge of Zorathian technology proved invaluable. Thomas, leading the team, shouted, "Zala, we need your help." Zala nodded, activating his bioscanner. "This way. There's a hidden passage." Thanks to Zala's guidance, they successfully rescued the trapped civilians. The humans were amazed by Zala's bravery and skills. Emily hugged Zala. "You saved them. You're a hero." Zala smiled, for the first time feeling a sense of belonging. "No, we did it together." As news of their cooperation spread, more Zorathians and humans began to question the war. The friendship between Zala, Thomas, and Emily became a symbol of hope. They started organizing joint missions, sharing knowledge and resources. One day, Thomas proposed a bold idea. What if we establish a neutral zone, a place where both species can live and work together? Zala's eyes lit up. A place of peace. It could change everything. Emily agreed. We could show the world that cooperation is possible. They worked tirelessly, convincing their leaders to support the idea. After months of negotiations, the neutral zone was established. It became a beacon of hope, attracting people from both sides who believed in peace. Zala, Thomas, and Emily stood at the center of the neutral zone, looking at the bustling community. "We did it," Thomas said, pride in his voice. Zala nodded. "This is just the beginning. Together, we can build a better future." Emily smiled, holding their hands. "For all of us." Years passed, and the neutral zone flourished. The bond between Zala, Thomas, and Emily grew stronger. They became leaders, guiding their people towards a brighter future. One day, as they stood on a hill overlooking the neutral zone, Zala said, "We've come a long way." Thomas nodded. "But there's still much to do." Emily smiled. "As long as we stand together, nothing is impossible." And so, under the stars that once witnessed their struggles, they pledged to continue their journey towards lasting peace. Their friendship had not only changed their lives, but also the fate of their worlds.